Welcome back to the Heirloom Hour with the Anxious Tomato. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Kate.
And this is episode 12.
12, you guys.
Wow, so fun. Yes, hello. It's February 2022. How exciting, guys. It's 2 years flew by. I blacked out. I don't even remember.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It wasn't amazing. Why did I say that?
A lot of cool things have been happening for us, the art community. Things are starting to happen again. People are sort of going out and enjoying art events.
It's wonderful seeing half of faces these days.
I know, right? They're out there.
Yeah.
So we're excited. We're moving over to YouTube almost solely.
Welcome us to YouTube.
Yes.
We're here on YouTube.
It'll still be the Anxious Tomatoes Heirloom Hour with an additional show that'll hopefully happen monthly with our debut in March, which is next month.
It's called The Side Salad.
With some more information for you guys to check it out.
Mm-hmm. So this is us growing into our new year.
It's been one whole year.
Yeah.
And we're currently booked until the end of 2022.
You guys.
So if you'd like to have a show with us, you'll have to be January of 2023.
Oh
which
my
we're
gosh.
super proud of.
Yes.
Super proud. Thank you to, again, Chris, our last artist. What a great art show that was. That was our last live show, wasn't it?
It was our last live show.
Oh, so good.
Yep. In infamy.
We're going to have a group show again this year. We're still working out a theme. We're excited. And we will be
ideas.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Some of the ideas so far for a group show are like a paranormal true crime thing. That's very popular right now. So I want to give the people what they like out there. Great. So here we are. We're here for Stephanie Vondrak. We are so excited to be working with her. We have worked with her in the past, but for not the Anxious Tomato Gallery. So let's check it out. Let's jump right on in. Here's our home screen on our website that we're pretty proud of. Normal stuff here. You can check out some of our Instagram posts. As always, you can donate if you'd like to help us out. It really helps us out, honestly, you guys. Everyone is so helpful. Go ahead and click on through to the online gallery so we can view this art. Stephanie Vondrak. I paint how I feel. Painting for me is an outward expression of emotion and feeling.
I do not just see color. I feel it.
Great.
Yeah, she definitely
so sweet.
is
really
that
does.
kind of person. Also, she's great.
She is exactly that. Here's her email if you'd like to inquire or purchase any of the artwork. We are not currently facilitating artwork, but that's how you can. Yeah, great. Yes. Here we are. So here we are at Fantastical, a 48 by 48, very big. Stephanie works pretty big. It's an acrylic on canvas. It's a very Jackson Pollock kind of vibe on this one off the bat here.
Like all the drips. I think of all the turning that had to occur for her to create this piece.
Yes. There was a lot of rotation involved. I like square compositions.
I agree.
Out with the old.
Interesting.
Another acrylic on canvas, 22 by 28.
She talks about how so in her artist statement, she said that she paints what she feels. Mm-hmm. And each one does have to do with something that has occurred in her life. I do remember that about her.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of the carpet in like a, old arcade.
A little bit.
Which I like, by the way.
They're fantastic.
I love that. This one's only $175, so support small business artists.
Nieces.
An acrylic on canvas, 12 by. Great brushstroke marks.
I like the neon green.
There's a good three-dimensionality to it. Yeah, great depth in the brushstroke marks. It looks like, when I see this, I know that she used a lot of paint, which you don't, like me personally. I water down the paint, so I kind of struggle with that. So it's very nice to see all that wonderful, the architectural, depth of that.
Definitely. Ooh, same thing here.
Yeah.
And I love it almost looks like she highlighted all of the green splatters, but I think that's just the light bouncing off of them.
Yes.
Right?
There's definitely a light source in this one, and you can see all the texture and the three-dimensionality. Another kind of Jackson Pollock-y kind of vibe.
And I just love that green. That vibrant green is so nice. It conveys a lot of emotion.
Yeah, it sure does.
Through. Yeah.
It kind of looks fuzzy, too. The white texture that looks fuzzy. Kind of reminds me of like an oil spill. But I guess mischief is bad.
Or like a paint shop floor.
Oh,
I've seen plenty of like set shops with paint on the floor. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh,
okay, so life cycle of water, the one we used on the flyer.
Mm-hmm. So great.
Good texture again.
This one's my favorite. It conveys what the title says it is, which sometimes I struggle with abstracts where I'm like, what I see in it isn't necessarily what the artist saw, but this definitely comes through in that life cycle.
Yeah, I love the use of not blending things here. That they're laid over top, but
they're not blended together.
they're not like fully blended. Yeah, they're definitely overlapping each other with a thick kind of paint. Honestly, it's really a beautiful texture of paint. Good color scheme though too. Very complimentary. Koi.
Okay. This another one where I feel I can feel the feeling that she was trying to come through with the title that she gave it. You can almost see a fish sort of under,
Or a bunch of fish.
or a bunch of fish under like murky kind of pond water.
Yep. This one is still for sale, $350. Contact Stephanie directly by using her email link on the page provided above this.
That's so great.
Yeah, it could be one big fish, could be a bunch of little fish. It's like, I definitely see like water, you know.
Mm-hmm. And like, fractal color through water, through like wind blown water.
Reflected light. Yeah, that's all. Yeah,
Definitely.
different kinds of colors. There's lots going on there. Kind of got a cooler tone vibe. Evening fish.
Evening fish. Inside the waterfall.
Ooh, this one's still for sale also. And I can also see the idea that's being portrayed here.
Yes, that stark white on the multicolored background is just gives it a lot of depth. And that kind of spray that you get from a waterfall definitely comes through with it.
Nice. Yeah. Big giant brushes, because this is 24 by 30, so
it's like
the textures are being made with large objects. Oh.
Fun works.
Is that how that was
That
spelled?
is how that was spelled,
Okay,
yep.
just checking. Spray acrylic on canvas, 24 by 36. Pretty big.
Yeah. She definitely got loose with this one, I think. I could see her set up somewhere and large arm movements and gestural, very gestural.
I've never worked with spray acrylic, but that looks fun. Almost like spray paint, but I guess spray paint is a spray paint. Acrylic is, it is what it is.
Yeah. No,
Same kind of thing. Puts a different texture in there.
It does.
A more, direct texture. I like the use of pink and green in the pink in the background.
All the swoopies.
It's my favorite color scheme. Lots of swoopies.
Pink and green.
Like, swoop that.
Ooh, look at the cracking in this one.
Hyper. Yeah. The way that it looks like it bubbled.
Yeah.
Or the paint had bubbled or created a bubble or a spongy kind of sponge on texture.
Mm-hmm.
Really awesome. The part where the yellow and the green meet, this one kind of looks like a rainbow at the bottom. Where the yellow and the green meet and then there's red there, it's almost like a rainbow.
A little bit.
Absolutely love.
And I love this black on black cracking thing that's going on.
Well, yeah.
Almost like it's been peeled away, but you can also tell that it's like laid on top of it.
Yep.
So it makes it look older.
Sure.
Almost.
Whatever the black paint is that cracked on top looks like it may have been added last.
Yeah.
And that was the final layer. And maybe it's supposed to do that. There are certain like mediums and stuff that crack or stay glossy.
On purpose. Yeah.
On purpose.
That's cool.
This one is also for sale. $325. Free spirit.
So this one's similar to Funworks.
Yep.
Awesome.
The spray acrylic reminds me of spray paint, but not in a bad way. I like spray paint styled stuff.
And I feel like this ribbony blue line that's on top is probably not a spray acrylic. It's probably a regular acrylic.
Ooh, like done from the top, and it's really, really drippy. It looks like a calligraphic L.
Mm-hmm. Yep. With a lot of extra going on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's an 18th century L.
Yeah. Where you're not quite sure if it's an L
Block
or not.
letter.
Yeah.
I get fascination.
Interesting.
Acrylic on heavy duty canvas. So the canvas was extra thick?
So I'm sure she used extra paint.
Gesso? Oh,
or that.
extra gesso, thicker canvas, deeper bars.
Yeah.
Could be any of those things. But the paint looks like there's so much paint thrown on there. Fascination. There's a great color scheme. There's almost like a rainbow kind of color scheme again. I'm seeing a lot of all of that.
And it all stacks on top of each other. Once again, that architectural kind of structural painting sculpture.
Reminds me of Morning in the Woods.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which is fascinating to me.
That's great. Earth elements. So this looks similar to the water cycles, the life of the water cycles one.
Yeah.
But that movement and that transition between with the paint strokes is just great.
Yeah, the green facing, horizontal, the green and yellow kind of makes me feel like that's water or swamp.
Yeah.
And then the sky, it could be sky. The red is out of place, but not in a bad way.
It looks good though. Something.
I mean,
standing
fire.
in your vision. Yeah.
Lava is an element of the earth.
It is an earth element.
It's lava. This one's not for sale.
No. Beautiful, crazy love.
Interesting.
So this
Potentially
one
with her
might
mother passing
be about the one that she did after her mom died, so her grieving process.
Okay.
And I like knowing that and seeing how it's all very, very dark, but there's this edge of light kind of coming through, so it's definitely transitional. It's definitely her growing through the process.
And I forgot to mention that we do have the little heart likes up here, so
we always,
if you get into the gallery and have time, please leave your love.
Always have the little heart button.
This one is still for sale, $700. Oops. 36 by 48. Big, big, big. Diana. Okay. I like the use of, I don't know what it is, some kind of large palette knife or flat object that smears the paint around.
I definitely say that there's a palette knife involved. It's not like a brush. Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those.
Or a roller. It could be a roller.
And some kind of flat object
The
thing.
chunky, yeah.
Yeah,
oh no, it is a roller. Look at the texture along the top.
You think so?
I think it's a roller. If I could guess, that would be what my guess is.
I don't know if Stephanie mentioned that. I like this. This is a great painting.
Great.
Yeah, the thick block of color. No blending. Not a whole lot of blending. A little bit.
But dark contrasted back with the light.
Yeah, the
light
thick
tones
overlays of paint. Beautiful. This one's it's not as big as I would assume. Not for sale. Hopefully that one's hanging somewhere beautiful.
Coming into the dock.
This is great.
This one is great.
Yeah, like this, I could interpret this as the ship, or this is the ship, or, these is some kind of marine life.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely for sale.
Yeah, definitely kind of a dusky ocean port vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
I like this color scheme. So a little on the smaller side. Only $175. Great painting. Good texture. Get in there.
You could
know
own
what?
it
I'm
today.
gonna like that. You could own it today.
You could own it today. Just contact the artist via email.
This painting is called Breaking Free. And, is the color overtaking the black?
Or is it breaking through? Is it a net that's been like ripped open and it's like... I did a piece similar to this in the past called Life in Tropic. It was a study of the word entropy. So something in order just happening into disorder by existing. That's kind of what entropy means. Yeah.
Great.
Fun fact.
Oh,
but this reminds me of that.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. The little orange breaking free. The little orange balls are
dots, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like cherries or some kind of fruit. Ah, yes.
Maybe the coming of spring.
I just posted this one on our Instagram.
This one's so pretty.
So beautiful. There's so much life. It'd be a great magazine cover. I don't even care.
Yeah. No, that's
so good.
Definitely. Good
I am partial to neon colors, so neons in this, the use of neons here is...
I do like the bright contrast to the other work that always has a lot of dark in it. This is definitely majority. She started with like a white or a yellow background and built up from that.
And it is a spring feeling.
It is.
It's like leaves blowing around in the wind.
Things growing. And
ooh, this one's for sale.
Ooh. 36 by 36?
Yeah.
$800. Wow. That's not bad.
Yes. Secret Garden.
I can see that.
Acrylic on canvas. $800.
Once again, that either the palette knife or the roller. We can see the same textured pattern.
Compared to the last piece, this one's very dark.
Yes.
But
not like dark in a way that makes you think like dark things necessarily.
No. Not a dark mood, a dark color scheme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This might be the last one.
Primes.
Like primary color. Well, green is not a primary color.
Green is not a primary color. But lots of swoopy lines again.
The use of primary colors, I guess green is not, but primes, I mean, they're bold. They're in your face. It seems kind of like a party or like people dancing.
Like, ribbons. Yeah, ribbon party.
A ribbon party.
A ribbon party.
Well, great. I think that got us all the way through the gallery. You can scroll through on here. If you click outside, it will take you through this carnival wheel gallery thing.
Yeah.
So you can flip through that way, or by clicking on them, you can get the full pictures on all of that. Thank you for touring the gallery with us.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I love her work. I love being able to revisit her work, actually.
As we're going to hear in her interview that we're about to play next, she has really wonderful things to say, and we are very touched to have her back in our lives.
Yes.
Hello, I am Stephanie Vondrak, and I am an abstract expressionistic painter, and this is one of my paintings. I used to do a lot of large work. It's scaled down these days during COVID. And if anything, during COVID, it's actually been quite the journey to try to get creative. So yes, that's me. I think in high school was when I finally like committed myself. I was like, okay, this is something I dig. I always loved art growing up, and I didn't realize that there was something specific for me until I hit high school and I started trying different things. And painting was where it was a perfect fit for me. Creative process, interesting. I paint how I feel. So generally, if I've got something going on that I know that I need to get it out, and it could be a variety of different feelings too. It could be something completely crazy, or it could be something totally like joyful, like this painting. I painted this painting when I got married. And so it's a representation of everything I was feeling at the time and how it just came out of me this way. And so I feel like it's important to or at least for my process, I lock in on something specific that I'm inside myself that I'm going through, and I just kind of I want it to come out. And that's how that works. I tend to go to color. I feel color. I'll pull color, and then I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to work with. This is my palette. This is what I see. This is how I feel. I gravitate towards different feelings through color. So that's how I use my color process. So. I just call it Ryan. I don't really have a separate name for it. It's a representation of him coming into my life and making my heart whole in a crazy, massive, world of, everything out there just being the unknown, I'll say, the unknown out there. And then this is his heart filling me. So. I like to collage. I do like to collage. Every once in a while, I get really creative with collage because I like to see things in 3 dimensions. I don't like to just see flat. And even in my paintings, I tend to want the paint to get goopy in certain areas because I'm trying to create that dimension and the texture. And I do that on purpose because I feel like I want it to reach out to you. At this point, I don't have a specific plan. However, my husband was upstairs. He totally rocked out my studio and painted the whole thing and gave me a blank canvas. We took everything out. So a lot of times for me, if it's too busy in a space, I have a harder time reaching what I need to feel creative. So having him go through and just kind of like taking everything out and painting it and giving me a fresh kind of perspective is kind of key. And I'll backtrack a little bit. He did it because he knew through COVID, it's been really tough to try to be creative in a space that you're in all the time. So he made the suggestion of going in and just taking everything out, painting it, repairing all the things that are in there, because we haven't really touched that part of the house yet, and making it a space where I can start fresh off of all this. And I was like, cool, that sounds great. I'm down. So yeah, it's actually worked out really well. We just finished it. So I'm curious to see what's going to come out of that. Artistic anxiety. Oh, that's a good question. I know currently there's a lot of artists out there that are having issues trying to be creative in this current, environment, as I've mentioned. But I think my biggest anxiety has just been trying to be more committed to my painting. I think during the time of isolation, I just kind of retreated to work, like my 9 to 5 job, and I really kind of gravitated to trying to see how we make that work. How do you make that work in your world? And not even realizing it, but your art just kind of like at least for me, my art just kind of like went off to the side. Like it was just kind of in the background and not a focus. Whereas in the past, the balance was I worked and I still was artistic and I had that balance. So it's basically just my anxiety is coming off of not being committed. It's trying to get back to that balance.
If you'd like to have your own show in our gallery, please check out our submit page. We will have updates for our group show coming soon. Feel free to fill out here to apply now for our standard entry. And if you're looking for ways to stay connected, we have tons of information in our resources page. So check that out as well. And it's moving forward to our new YouTube show. We'll have other things besides the Heirloom Hour, because we're going to be doing the side salad, which may include...
So we do have one that's coming up that's an art supply review. We get Sketchbox. Open it up. And we show you all the things inside, and then we create something with whatever it is that they give us.
We want to do more tours of gallery spaces and studios, so if you're local or not local, please contact us anyway. We'd like to tour your studio or your gallery. We're going to maybe do like an art jam thing where we time-lapse each other painting. We'll do some like working tutorials, maybe a podcast about...
Yeah, an Artist Woes podcast. That's the fun one that I'm looking forward to.
We're going to save our live events for special stuff only, like group shows or potential in-person live events where we can record maybe the event live.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun.
We're booked with solo shows until 2023. So if you'd like to get a show, please get on the roster for that. If our volume increases, we may have 2 shows a month on 2 separate areas in the gallery. Maybe we'll have to name them and everything. We'll have to be like the Roussel Gallery, the Laffer Gallery, in the Anxious Tomato.
So
right?
fancy.
We're getting real high maintenance out here.
We have a Facebook group. It's called The Artist Fine, and it is a place for you to go and post about your art and the art that you sell. So if you're selling anything, share everything. We want to see work in progresses. We want to see finished pieces. We want questions about art. We want anything at all. And please bring it to us. We will
bring us your art.
Yeah. We want you to sell your art. Like, feel free to post your for sale stuff too. No, we have come so far, and we are hoping to do so much. And we hope that you guys will be there to experience it.
Yes. So thank you so much to Stephanie Vondrak for participating. And then up and coming, so our next month, March, we have a new artist from Portland, Oregon. She's a oil painter who's inspired by folk art of the rural landscapes of Pennsylvania and where she came from with that. So we're excited to have her on. Her name is Sheila Laffer, and please tune in to the Heirloom Hour on YouTube next month to check that out. Show goes live on March 1st.
Have fun, guys. Bye.
Thank you so much.